Hello, people of the internet. How are you all doing today? I hope you're all doing well. Cause if you're not, you're a big old bum. So, basically, what is gonna be going on today is the following. So, yes, it's weekly update number 17. It's the 24th of April, 2021. So, yeah. There we are then. Bruv. How are you all doing then? Laddie. So, suppose we should get on with it then, shouldn't we? So what we've been doing over the previous week. So, again, actually physically in college this time. Sort of, you know, boring days. But then, the last day, Friday, no, not Friday, Thursday, was actually, the first fun day I've actually had at college. Simply because I was annoying people. So basically what happened is people made, I didn't do it, but some people made these sort of fudge chocolate cake things. I didn't want them, or make them, so whatever. But we went around selling them, and I thought, how boring would it be if they just showed up at the door like, here we got some fudge here for £1. Would you like to buy? I thought that'd be the most boring thing ever. So basically, the other people did that, but I went around with them, wearing bunny ears and shaking maracas, which actually worked. It annoyed everyone who was with me, and they hated me by the end. But I don't give a crap, right? But the actual people who were, me, and of course I'm the most important. But me and the people who were actually buying the product actually enjoyed the maracas, so there we are. And I know for a fact that we wouldn't have made half the money if I hadn't have been going around with the bunny ears and maracas. So they really should be more grateful, but they weren't. But I don't really care, to be entirely honest. So that's that. If you're watching and you want to ask any questions, please do. I'll answer them at the end because I want to, but no, you're not going to answer it. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing over the previous week. A little thing which has just happened just today, because basically in class, not yesterday, Thursday, I was listening to, because basically we have these really long breaks, there's really long breaks in class which are really boring. Everyone else goes off to have lunch, but I have lunch in class, so it's really boring. And I was listening to Equinox, the album by Jean-Michel Jarre. It's my favourite album, 1978. For those of you wondering. But obviously I don't have headphones or anything, or earphones, so I had to sort of hold the phone up to my ear. It looked like I was on the phone for 40 minutes, because that's how long the album is. I got to listen to the entire album, at least. But I had the volume on like 3, so that no one else could hear it, but I just holding it there, I could hear it. So that's what I was doing. But now, just today, these arrived. These are Bluetooth earphones. So I get to actually listen to music without having to hold it there. I can just put them in, and they're Bluetooth, which is cool. I haven't really used any Bluetooth anything ever, so that's them. So that. So of the following week, I don't really know what I'm gonna be doing. I don't really know or care that much. Obviously, going to be going back into college. Going to be testing these things out. Probably be listening to them on the entire bus ride there and the entirety of class, and then the entirety of the way home. Simply because I can. It's a free country. Well, it's not a free country, but I'm gonna treat it like it is one, because I want to, and I will do whatever the hell I want to, despite if people don't want me to, or the law doesn't want me to. I don't care. I can do what I like. That's what the thing free is about. So that's that. Following week, I don't know. To be entirely honest, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. I'm just gonna be, don't know really. I haven't had any more ideas for any short films yet. So I don't know what my next short film is gonna be. So we'll find out, will we? I don't know when. Maybe in a year. Hope it won't take that long, but it might, and I'm prepared to do that. Okay, so current political events. Hopefully the BBC News has gotten over Prince Philip, because if they haven't, this is going to be another really boring news segment on my channel. George Floyd, how Black Lives Matter protesters feel now. They probably feel cold, but they probably enjoy feeling cold. They're evil little people. Music video and wedding filmed at erupting volcano. Those are two very different things, but good for them, I guess. As long as I can play in the Olympics, I'm happy. What a poor life you must lead if that's the case. They wanted to tie me and my child to a horse. What? What? Okay then, people are into some pretty weird things these days. Howdy, Digby. How you doing, bruv? If you have any questions, ask them. Please be serious questions, because that's it. It's the Oscars, but who is watching? Let me tell ya, no one. That's all I got to say about it. What the hell is this? Botched lockdown fillers. My lips went black. Okay, well then how about don't make your lips look like a fish then? Why do people want that? Well, I don't understand why there are people in the world who literally want to live their entire lives looking like this. So, I can't do it. But this is not that's not a normal face for a human being. What's wrong with you? If you want to lead your entire life looking like a human fish mutant, then you should probably just burn somewhere. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. What movies are you looking forward to seeing this year? I'm looking forward to seeing several movies this year, but none of them have been released this year. They've all been released in the 20th century because there are only very few good 21st century films. 2 of them I've watched this week and are linked in the description, as you will see. I'll talk about them when I get to them. There's just no good films these days. I mean, it's a fact. I would love it if I was wrong. But I'm not wrong. I'm correct. Movies now are crap. That's a fact. And if you disagree with the fact, you're an idiot. I'm sorry, but that's the fact. They're a fact. Some things in the world are facts, and one of the facts is that movies now are crap. Moving on to the BBC News website. BBC News YouTube channel. Right, let's see. Joe Biden faces challenges from Russia and China as he aims to rebuild US leadership. This thing I don't understand. I don't understand why Russia and China don't like America, because it's just as corrupt as they are, so they should all be getting on, really. I don't really fully understand it. US President Biden pledges 50% cut in carbon emissions. Well, that's just a lie. And obviously people are going to believe it, of course. Let's check the comments on that. Well, it's got a 1,000 likes and 1,500 dislikes. Right. George Floyd murder. President Biden announces investigation of Minneapolis policing. It was over a year ago. Jesus, man. BBC News, the most reliable source in your dream. Yeah, dream on. Because it's never going to happen in real life, so your dreams are all you're going to get. Jesus, get over it. My God, a guy died. Wow, it's so important. Jesus. This is all boring. This is all boring. This is all meaningless and boring news. There is no real news here. Oh, actually, no, this is pretty cool. Yeah, NASA flew. Oh no, I talked about this last week. They flew a helicopter on Mars. But actually, something I did find out pretty cool about Biden is a bigger idiot than Trump. No, actually, I think they're equally stupid. This is the problem with, like, you know, the two-party system that they have in America, is that people who otherwise would be perfectly sensible people find themselves defending a completely stupid person just because the other really stupid person they're like, I mean, you know, has done such a bad job. So there are people defending Biden who is just as stupid as Trump, who are just as, who otherwise would be perfectly sensible people just because they hated Trump that much. if people were intelligent, like me, they would simply insult both of them equally because they were both just as stupid as each other. America at this rate is nearly as bad as the French. What have the French done, man? Frickin' racist. America is worse than France, you strange person. What's up with you? Anyway, so that's all that. That's all that crap. Okay, so let's talk about the films I've been watching. So this is the most films I'm pretty sure in my entire, maybe not in my entire life, but at least in the last couple of years, this is the most films I've ever watched in a single week. I've watched 8 films this week. This is mental. Yes, 3 of the films linked in the description are technically short films, but shush, right? So let's talk about them. So the first film I watched was Reanimator from 1985. This film was really, really fun. I don't really know what else to say about it. It was just a really fun film. And I watched the super duper version because there were several versions released. There were 2 versions released originally in 1985, which had different scenes. Basically, there was the original X-rated version, which is the official, like the proper one. And then when they wanted to air it on TV, they had to make an R-rated version. And there are also certain shops which would refuse to sell X-rated films, so they had to make an R-rated version of the film. So they cut out all the gory bits and basically to fill up the runtime again. They added in deleted scenes, and the version I watched, which is the only version available on the website I watched it on, is basically, I guess, the super duper cut because it's all of the stuff from the original version, but then with the newer scenes from the R-rated version added in. So it's basically the super duper extended version, which is the one that I watched. And it was a very good film. It was just fun. I don't really know what else to say about it. There are just certain films. It's not an artistic masterpiece, but it's just a really fun film, and that's all you really need from an 80s sci-fi film. So yeah, you guys should definitely watch that. So the second film was The Zero Theorem, 2013. This is one of Terry Gilliam's more recent ones, because I've seen almost all of his 21st century films. There's only one film from the 20th century that I haven't seen, and that is Jabberwocky, which was his first. That was 1977, his first solo debut of directing. Of course, the first film he ever directed was Monty Python and the Holy Grail, but he directed that with Terry Jones. But yeah, so I've seen all of his 20th century films, apart from Jabberwocky. So now I need to sort of get into watching his 21st century stuff. I've watched 2 of them, as you can see here, Zero Theorem and Tideland. Both are very good. They're not the best films. I wouldn't say they're above average. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I mean, it is probably just in my head, but I just don't enjoy 21st century films. They're just not as good. I don't know why. I don't know what it is with me. I mean, it must be psychological. I mean, I can't actually be right about it, but every time I watch a new 21st century film, it further confirms that I'm right. I don't want to be right, but I am right. But these 2 films, I mean, if you compare it to his 80s and 90s films, they're complete crap, right? But if you compare them to the average 21st century film, they're really good. So you guys should watch them as well. So the 4th film I watched was another film by the guy who did The Holy Mountain, Alejandro Jodorowsky. So basically, it's that film was 1973. This one was 1989, called Santa Sangre, which is Mexican, I think, for Holy Blood. This film was really good. And I think I actually preferred this to The Holy Mountain. I mean, it's not artistically, it's nowhere near The Holy Mountain. I think probably, as far as, artistic stuff goes, The Holy Mountain is probably the greatest film of all time, as far as art is concerned. But as far as enjoyment is concerned, which really the entire point of film is for it to be enjoyable. This film was much more enjoyable than The Holy Mountain. I may never watch The Holy Mountain again. That's a lie. I probably will. I don't even know why I said that. That was I lied to you. Really, I don't even know why I said that. I forget I said that. I will watch it again many times. But this film is much more enjoyable. So yeah, if you really want to sort of start to get into his films, even though I've only seen 2 of them, so I don't know. Some of his later films might be even more accessible. But out of The Holy Mountain and this one, Santa Sangre, this one is definitely more fun and more accessible. So I suggest you watch this one first if you're going to watch his films. But maybe you just want to dive straight into the complete mentalness of The Holy Mountain. Basically, do what the hell you want. I don't care, basically. So then the next 4 films are part of a series. Now, it's actually a 5-part series. Basically, I have to explain this one separately. So these 4 films, there should be 5, but I couldn't find the other one. It's an art film series called the Cremaster Cycle, which is 5 films, and they were all sort of they were released out of order. So instead of being released 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they were released 4, 1, 5, 2, 3. From 1994 to 2002. I've watched them in the order that they're released. But apparently, according to the guy who actually made them, you can watch them in any order you want. But I've decided to watch them in the order they were released, rather than the numerical order, or just any random order. So that's that. Now, these films, because it's annoying, because basically they're... Well, one weird thing is, on Wikipedia, it lists them as being a series of 5 feature films, but they're actually a series of 4 short films and 2 feature films. Cremaster 4, Cremaster 1, and Cremaster 5 are all under an hour, so they're all short films. Cremaster 2 is just over an hour, so that's a feature film. And then Cremaster 3, 2002, the one film I haven't watched this week, is 3 hours long. So they vary. I mean, the shortest one is Cremaster 1, only 40 minutes, and the longest one is Cremaster 3 at like 3 and a bit hours. But annoyingly, because it's a weird thing, because the films haven't been properly released. They're treated as if they're a painting, so you only get to see them at like sort of these really sort of advanced places. Like, there's always sort of the showings that you have to see. So it's not like they're not treated as films. They're treated as like art pieces, which is not how they should be treated. They should be treated like films so that people can watch them. You big old dumb. And the guy who actually made them wants them to be released, but for some reason the studio won't let him. That's what I've heard. That might be wrong, but that's weird if that's the case. And Cremaster 3 is the one that I was really wanting to see. It's the reason I watched them. But basically why I watched them is because basically this person recorded them off of all the films on up to a VHS, right? So a really old sort of copy. And then has put them on the internet. But for some reason their copy of Cremaster 3 is only half an hour long instead of 3 hours. So I didn't bother watching that because I wanted to watch the full film. You big old guns, Jesus Christ. So I only ended up watching the first 4, all of which are not very good. I was looking forward to the third one, because the third one is the stuff that I'd seen all the good stuff about, and I was actually looking forward to it being good. Because 4, 1, and 5 are all sort of meh. There are bits of them that are pretty cool, and there are bits of them that are just sort of boring. Cremaster 2 was just bad. I just didn't enjoy any of it. And I was looking forward to Cremaster 3, because I was like, well, if this one isn't good, I've wasted, like 6 hours of my life. So it's annoying. I mean, they really need to release the films properly. I mean, they've said that there's never going to be a proper release, which in my opinion is kind of evil, really, because if the guy wants to release his films, he should be allowed to. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a crime, actually. I'm pretty sure it's illegal to do that. That's literally a restriction of his freedom of speech, if that's the case. But that's the world we live in. The world we live in is full of evil people who won't allow artists to actually show their art. I'm never going to let that happen to me, because I have the internet, and can do whatever the hell I like on it, despite how YouTube wants that to not be the case. Don't you, YouTube, you little fascists? Yes, you do. You don't earn me. Shut up and kill yourselves. So basically, that's that. Yes. That's rant over. Don't you guys worry. So that's films I've been watching. Answer any questions you might have for me. Burn. Thank you. How was your weed day? I don't take weed. Cause drugs are bad. Drugs are bad. Okay. So that's that. I know I do act like I'm on drugs a lot of the time, but the only drug I take is the drug of life. The drug of life. Does sugar count as a drug? Because if sugar counts as a drug, I probably am on drugs most of the time. Because sugar is like half of my daily intake. I'm not healthy. But I'm still skinny as hell. Why am I so skinny? I should be fat, but I'm not fat. What is wrong with that fact? I don't know. What is wrong about it? But something. Did that scare you? It should have. Why is my hair doing that? Ugh. What the hell is that? I don't know. I don't know. It's a lie. I wouldn't know about that, would I? Would I, lad? Nice fan. Thank you. It is a good fan, isn't it? It's my only fan. Did you get the joke? Did ya? Did you understand? Just gonna shave now. So that's that. So let's see what we got. You took the blue pill. Cool. I'll put weight on later. No, I won't. Because if I ever start getting fat, I'll eat less. You big older. I guess he's a cool guy. I'm just gonna assume you're talking about me. Oh no, you're talking about the fan. I get it. That's funny. But I am cool. Some people don't know that. Some people haven't yet realised that I am God. But they'll come round. I'll convince them. I'll convince them. Oh, oops. I'll convince them. I'll convince everyone who needs convincing. Some people don't believe me when I say things, but those people are big old dumbs. Those people are big old dumbs. Dee da da dee da 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 do da dee da 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 dum da dee da 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 dum da 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 dum da dee da dum da da dee da 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 dee da do da dee da da 红雨下你那里那哈宝嘞，哈多那里那那那，到处在那边带，到处处处处处处处，哒吧哒吧滴啦吧滴，抓吧嘟啦哩哒吧吧滴哩，嘟哒哩哒哒，沙哒噜吧滴哩哒滴，哈哒哩啦哩哒啦，哈哒噜哒哩哒哔吧哒哩哒哔吧哒哩吧，吧嘟噜吧嘟噜吧。Do lab do da do lab do bam dim dum 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 da ba da di ba do lab di da ba do lab di ba la da da na 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 Serious question, when will you tidy your room? I want to tidy my room, but my dad won't help me. He refuses to help me. I cannot, I am unable to do it myself. I know it sounds like I'm making excuses, but I'm genuinely not. I've tried, and I simply cannot. I can't do it, right? Because everything is in the place where it needs to be, right? So I cannot tidy it up. I want it to be tidy, but my mum is busy, because she actually is the one who does all the jobs, and my dad refuses to help me, and he will only help me if he throws away my stuff, which I will not let him do, because it's not his to throw away, it's mine. He still throws some of the stuff away anyway, occasionally, which I will then go and get, because it's not his stuff to throw away. So there's most likely my room will never be tidy. The thing that annoys me is I mean I'd like it to be tidy, but I'm really fine with how it is, right? I don't want it to be like this, but I can live with it perfectly well. But my dad is the one who gets annoyed at it being so messy, but he is the reason it's so messy. So I don't really understand why it's that way. So that's the answer to your question. I will tidy my room when my dad will agree to help me without throwing my stuff away. So never. It's never going to be tidy. So there you are then. I split my lip open earlier this week. I think it was on Thursday or something, but it still hasn't properly healed. Look. Ah. 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 So that's that. better without my spectacles. What the hell are you trying to say, man? You trying to say glasses are ugly, farmer? Is that what you're trying to say, bro? Is that what you're trying to say? Are you trying to say that? Eh, lad? Is that what you're trying to say? Is that what you're trying to say? When can we expect a 24-hour sleeping stream? You can expect that whenever I feel the need to make one. Whenever I get lazy enough, I suppose. Whenever I get lazy enough to ever want to, is a low angle better? Is a low angle better? Is a Dutch low angle? Is a Dutch low angle better for this, do you think? Does it make me look all sort of powerful and somewhat weird? I wear glasses myself, mate. I know that, I think you may have mentioned. I don't know. I can't remember. Shut up. Right. I know. I prefer glasses. I prefer it with glasses. The main reason I prefer it with glasses is because I can actually see, you big old silly. But I also just think I just look cooler with glasses. But when I'm recording, it's better without them, simply because I don't get that glare. If I'm wearing the glasses, there's a sort of reflection on the glasses, so you can't actually see my eyes, my ES, as that funny video said. What does YES spell? Yeah. What does EYES spell? Yeah. Anyway, so is this Dutch low angle good? When was the last time I saw the sun? This morning. I was out in. Well, it's really sunny. I mean, I don't know why, but for this last week, I mean, you'll know this obviously because you live here. You big old silly. Not in the house, but in the England, in the good old England. There. In this last week, it's just been sort of really sunny. I don't know why. It's just been really nice weather, so I've been out almost every day in the garden, just having a little bit of a sunbathe. So that's why my arms are all red. You can't see it on this camera because this camera is a load of crap. But it's better than the last webcam I have. Oh yeah, no, you can kind of see it. You can see it a little bit. You can see a little bit of the red. So I've been red. I'm redder now than I've ever been. Now, if I became a communist, I'd be even more red. Get it? Anyway, so that's that basically, isn't it? Yes, fam, isn't it, bruv? You know, in it up my person, human being, man. So yeah. That was the last time I saw the sun, this morning. Well, I mean, actually, maybe just like an hour ago. No, an hour ago. I was just over an hour ago. The last time I saw the sun. But I can make that not as long. About 2 seconds ago was the last time I saw the sun. Just now. Don't diss Russia. I'm not dissing Russia. I can diss Russia. Do you want me to diss Russia? Why don't you let your people be free? Just drop the mic, but then catch it again because I don't want to break it. Why don't you be different, Russia? You know how all these countries, all these governments, not letting their people be free. Why don't you be different, Russia? No, you just want to be a conformist. That's all you are, Russia. That's all you are, Russia. That's all you are. You're a conformist, Russia. You're a conformist. Do you really want to be a conformist, Russia? That's all you are. That's all you are, pal. So don't tell me not to diss a country, because I can diss a country like the best of them. Anyway, so that's actually... Jesus Christ. That's actually the end of the live stream. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I've certainly enjoyed. These are just getting crazier and crazier, these live streams. I enjoy it. You know, I just enjoy being weird, and these live streams really let me get out my weird in a non-artistic way. Because it's nice to get my weird out in an artistic way, but it's also nice to get my weird out in a non-artistic way, just in a just sort of like this sort of way. You're talking about North Korea about not leaving country. Well, I'll tell you what you're talking is not English. That's all countries. It's not just North Korea. It's not just North Korea that's crap. It's every country. Every country is crap. North Korea, Russia, China, England, America, every country. There isn't a good country in the world, right? At least as far as the government is concerned. The government is pretty much just crap in every... Like, is there... Because I've asked this question to loads of people, and none of them have actually been able to come up with a proper answer. Is there a country in the world with a government that isn't crap? Because I genuinely don't think there is. I haven't heard of a country with a government that does its job, respects its people, and allows its people freedom. I haven't heard it. I haven't heard of a country that has that. So it's weird. I don't like it very much. I don't like the world. The world is pretty crap, let's be honest. I was about to end the live stream, but then okay, this is actually the end of the live stream. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I have. If you've enjoyed this, Switzerland, is Switzerland good? I'll have to look up Switzerland. Anyway, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you human beings. Although I wouldn't mind if a few insects watch my video. Although I do actually hate insects, but not because I'm a racist. Not because I'm a racist. They're just taking all our jobs. Blooming insects. Not a racist. But the police should kill more of them. But I'm not a racist. That's going to be taken out of context, isn't it? When I get famous, someone's going to come back here, they're going to take that, and they're going to cancel me. But you can't cancel someone who doesn't work by the system. If I was like a Hollywood guy, you could cancel me because you could get me fired. But I'm never going to work for those pedophiles. So you can't cancel me. You can't cancel me. That's the end of the live stream. Bye, guys. That was weird. I apologise. As much as I can, humanly possible. Goodbye.